Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 25 of Bardic Quest, the show where a group of British-trained actors tell fantastical, improvised stories through the medium of Dungeons and Dragons. No housekeeping. We have everybody here, which is good, but a nice, gentle reminder, particularly if you've made it to episode 25 and not yet subscribed or liked or left a rating on the podcaster of choice that you listen to the show on, then please do any one or all of those, because it really helps to appease the algorithm gods. So, with that out of the way, let's get into this week's episode of Bardic Quest. So, last time, whilst our heroes spent a fair bit of time in Phandelver dealing with the Redbrands in their own unusual way, they had decided that they were going to send Saga in, unarmed and unarmoured, to deal with the Redbrands and draw one of them out for questioning, which, surprisingly for all of us, succeeded, and she managed to drag one Tommy out, and they questioned him, gathering information on the whereabouts of the Redbrands, their hideout, and where they had potentially held some prisoners that they had heard rumours had gone missing from amongst the townsfolk. After gathering that information, they decided that before tackling the Redbrands head-on, they were going to supply themselves with extra equipment and potions of healing if they could find them. And after conversations with a few of the locals, determined that the best place to find such potions and equipment was to go to Umbridge Hill, which is a few miles out of town, to meet with one Adabra Gwynn, who is the local midwife of town. And upon arriving, they encountered a rather monstrous-looking creature who was trying to bash down the door of the windmill, which was her residence. And after a brief fight, though a challenging one, they managed to slay the beast, which is, of course, where we pick up. So, the battle has just happened. It's just over. And you can see this large creature on the floor in a heap. And Sergei, you're running up the hill behind them after having just witnessed this fight from afar. Is there anything that any of you would like to do next?
I'm going to grab my knife before I do anything.
Sergei, go get Gladys for me.
Okay.
Okay. Woo!
So you run up towards the creature, Sergei. I'm not sure you're actually aware, as you weren't in that last episode, but Gladys is his hand axe.
Hello, is there a Gladys around here? I'm looking for a Gladys.
The axe! The axe,
Yes,
Sergei. Get the
yes,
axe.
get you name your weapons. Yeah. Here you go, Thorik.
Thank you very much, lad. Me. Pretends to wipe the blood off it, but there isn't any blood in it because he missed.
Whereas Saga is actually wiping the blood off her. Did I use my sword? No,
I think it's
did. The crossbow. I'm going to see if there's any crossbow bolts left.
Oh,
like
can I
salvage.
Can I roll to see if there's any part of this creature worth keeping?
Oh, you certainly can, yeah.
Is that investigation?
If you want a part of the creature, right?
Yeah, like its blood, or maybe its hide.
I would give me a survival. Oh no, I'm trying to think, nature or survival. Either one, whichever one you're proficient in. If you are proficient in one, go with that one.
Can I check for bolty bolts?
Yes. Do you want to give me a perception check for me, please?
That is a dirty 20.
Oh, a dirty
9.
20. Okay. Yeah, Saga, you managed to find 2 or 3 bolts. Some on the floor from where you'd missed, and some within the actual creature itself.
Good. I didn't think I'd get any for that awful roll.
Yeah, let's go with tree.
3. Thank you.
So, what was it? You roll survival or nature, Ollie?
I rolled nature.
Nature. Okay. So your knowledge of such a creature, as you get closer, you can see that it is indeed a manticore, a creature that's got a lion-like body, bat-like wings, a lion's head with a very humanoid-looking face. It's a very, very unusual creature, and really monstrous to look at. But from what you do know, its claws are something that could be quite valuable, as something that you might be able to use to turn into a makeshift dagger, perhaps. They can be quite piercing, sorry. And then also the manticore's tail spikes are something that could also potentially be used perhaps for
the
head of an arrow or something like that you might be able to craft them out of, perhaps.
Is there potential for tiny shuriken made of like tail spikes?
I think there's certainly potential.
Interesting.
It might take some time to craft rather than something that you'd just be able to use as they are. You might have to do some adjustments to what they are for it to work, but yes, there's certainly the potential for some throwing blades of some kind.
Awesome. I begin harvesting.
Excellent. Do you want to give me a survival check this time?
Survival. That is a nat 20.
Okay, nice. So you managed to harvest 3 of the tail spikes and 4 of its claws.
Cool.
So you might have to add them as a custom item onto D&D Beyond.
Got it. Add custom item. How many, sorry?
I think I said 3 tail spikes and 4 claws, I think I said. So, is there anything anybody else would like to do?
Picking up a souvenir, are we?
Never killed one before. This could be useful.
I mean, there's one ugly son of a...
Yeah.
Whatever. Several creatures.
Aye. How's everyone looking?
Just a scratch. I'm fine.
Does it look like a scratch, or does it look like significantly more than a scratch?
3 hit point damage. I'm fine.
I am surprisingly unblooded.
Or just me then? Thorik's kind of taken a bit of like a slash across one of his arms. He's like trying to stitch up something. Nah, it's fine. Yeah, I'll hold on to that.
Johann begins getting the book off his back, and sort of writing in a little entry about the creature he just fought.
Saga sort of curiously looks over his shoulder. Okay.
He turns the other way and Thorik's under his elbow trying to like look the other side.
What is that? What is that? Your diary?
It's a book.
Like, yeah, I got that. What are you writing?
Every time I kill something I haven't killed before, I write about it. So I may better kill it next time.
Seems
Anyway.
sensible.
Let's go inside. I'll write about this later.
Oh yeah, of course. Hello there.
And you see the door of the windmill kind of slightly open ajar, and you can just see this woman. She's middle-aged, greying hair. She's wearing like browns and whites and a green sort of shoulder cloak, and she looks both terrified and relieved at the same time. I think almost in shock as to what she witnessed just now. And she says, "Is it safe?"
Yes, slayed it myself.
Oh, well, I'm sure your size and stature was really helping that, because I couldn't see you on the.
Did you summon this creature?
Me? No.
Is it
definitely.
yours?
No, it's absolutely not. It's a monstrous thing.
What my colleague means to ask is, are you all right? Are you unhurt?
Oh, yes, I'm fine, thank you. Just shaken up a little.
And you must be Adabra Gwynn, is that right?
Oh, yes. Who are you? I mean, thank you, of course, first of all. But who are you?
Sorry, I'm. Oh, go on. Sorry.
We were told that we could buy some potions off you.
Yes. Just bear with me 1 moment. And she closes the door behind her and then just scurries in. And then you wait a moment or two, and then she comes back out with a tray of these bottles, only small bottles of this bright red liquid. And she says, I assume this is what you need. I mean, they'd normally be 50 gold each, but I'm sure I could, as a signal of my gratitude, perhaps offer you maybe a reduced rate.
I mean, if you're sure, that would be terribly kind of you. We're sorry, my name's Thorik. This is Saga, Sergei, Johann. We've actually come to Phandelver initially on business, helping out Gundren Rockseeker, but he's gone missing, and we've heard tell of the Redbrands in town who have been causing a bit of bother. And we've bent ourselves to help the town get rid of them. So we're here to help as best we can.
A noble cause, I'm sure. I don't spend much time in Phandelver, so I don't really know much of the goings-on there, but it sounds as though it's a worthy cause, for sure, if they're causing as much trouble as you say. Yes, would perhaps 40 gold each potion work better for you?
I mean, it's very, very generous of you. That's still out of my price range, personally.
What was that, Ollie?
10.
Thorik slaps him in the chest. Is like, do you know how much he's like getting offended? On her. He's like, do you know how much it takes to make one of these? It's not easy.
Just ignore him.
12.
Like, shut up, Johann.
This is my...
He's just doing his counting. He has to do it every day to remind himself.
Yes.
I slapped Sergei in the chest.
Ouch!
Could we settle on perhaps 30 gold?
Well, how about we meet in the middle, perhaps 35?
And together, I've got a bit of money we can put together.
I have 33 gold, 5 silver, and 95 copper. So I have 34 gold.
We can just about scrape together for one.
I have 12
How
gold
embarrassing.
and 573 copper.
I hate you so much.
Well,
At least we'll take at least one.
well, how about as a matter of gratitude, how about we settle on 35, but I can give you the first for 20.
That'd be most kind.
As you
Yes.
have saved my life, of course.
Yes.
Beginning to regret it now.
Will you shut up, Johann? Next time I'll just punch you. No warnings.
So, how much gold does everyone have? I've
19.
got 19, got just under 35 myself.
I've got 12 that I can put forward.
You were holding on to my gold.
We gave it back to you.
We
Did
gave
you?
you your gold.
Yes.
Take it. I have no use for it.
Right. How much is it?
10? Whatever the dwarf gave us for the delivery of the cart.
It's completely gone from my memory.
Was
think-
10.
I think it was 10.
Yes, I believe
Right,
10.
so you've
Yeah.
got 10, you've got 12, you've got 19. So what was
So-
that, right?
We can, Johann and I can cover the first one for the 20.
And then we can cover the 35 between us.
Cool, right.
So long as I don't have to carry it.
Yes, we all know you're a weak little boy. Thank you for the input. I'll carry it.
I don't want to touch the devil juice.
Saga, if you front 15, I'll do 20.
Sure. I apologize profusely for my companions.
Oh, no apologies necessary. I'm very grateful that you all arrived when you did. Yes, and you see her starting to kind of separate 2 bottles from the rest as you kind of count out your coins. And
Great.
she says, I really am very, very grateful. I would offer more, but as Master Dwarf, you rightly said, these are very, almost invaluable, particularly in my line of work.
You don't need to apologise.
No.
You've done us a great, great kindness by doing them for the price that you are. And we're sorry that we don't have much more coin currently, but we'll certainly
not at all.
be back if we're in need.
Not
I have
at
a
all.
question.
Yes?
You deal in herbs, do you not?
Well, to a lesser extent, perhaps, but yes.
Could any of your herbs be used to make poisons?
Oh, you're just going to poison us now, are you?
Don't tempt me.
I'm the one who kept you alive. Don't make me regret it.
Oh, by the way, thanks for slaying the manticore back there. Oh, wait.
Next time I'll throw you at it.
Next time, you'll probably be it.
Right, let's just...
Yippee, this is very tense.
To address the issue of poisons, I mean, I'm no expert in poison craft, but I'm sure that if somebody had the correct knowledge, that they could utilize some of my wares for lesser means, perhaps.
I whispered to the others, we could use them to craft poisons for our weapons.
That's not my style, really.
Yeah, I
particularly.
like to stab and play with potions.
You can't really get
Later.
poisoning someone off the end of a warhammer either, you know, there's not really enough.
Thanks.
If I hit them hard enough to get it poison into their bloodstream, you know, they're probably dead anyway, so...
It would be like
I'm
a
with
wet
Thorik.
slap.
Aye.
Just me, then. I want some herbs.
Okay. Any particular herbs that you'd like?
I roll for herb knowledge.
Well,
Please,
first of all,
please.
what are your proficiencies in terms of your toolkits?
Well, I don't get proficiency in poison making until I start becoming more roguey. So
Okay.
currently not great.
Second of all, do you have any coin to pay for them?
Yes, do you?
As an act of goodwill for slaying.
We've done that. We've done good work. God, like, honestly, you don't need poison. You've got enough already, clearly.
I'm gonna lean into Adabra and try and make this hidden, but I'm gonna lean into her here and go, I will give you 20 silver if you give him a spice instead of a poison herb. Okay?
Give me a persuasion check with advantage because Johann's been a poo.
Persuasion, right?
Yes, please.
Ah, 18.
You kind of see a twinkle in her eye and a wry smile, and she kind of very subtly gives you a very subtle nod, so she looks over to Johann and she says, "Poison, yes?
Yes.
I have just the thing, I think, actually." And she wanders in, and she's in there for a little while. You hear like cupboard doors slamming shut and things moving about and bottles kind of clinking against each other. And then she comes out with it's like a jar, but it's been covered in this dark material, almost like a leather material, so that you can't really see inside it. She hands it to you, and she says, "Please, as an act of goodwill for your slaying this creature, please have this from me."
Thank you very much. Slight look of smugness as he walks out the door.
And she whispers to Saga and says, "Does he like cinnamon?"
You shall find out. And I give her the 20 silver.
"Please, I enjoyed that too much." And she hands it back to you.
Thank you. Managing him can be a full-time occupation.
I'm sure.
Right.
Well, thank you again for everything that you have done for me today. And yes, where are you headed now?
Well,
To the castle? Or cave? What was it?
and Thorik sort of lowers his voice and just sort of checks that there's no one listening in, just for caution, and says, "We've been tipped off about where the Redbrands are holding out, and we're after someone who we think might be orchestrating them, an individual called Glassstaff."
Johann comes back in.
I haven't heard of no Glassstaff, but where is this hideout of theirs?
Under the ruins of the mansion on the hill, apparently.
What, within Phandelver?
I believe so. That's what we've got told, at least.
She kind of looks out at the horizon from the hilltop that you're all on, and she says, "And you're heading there now?"
Thorik's kind of like looking at everyone else.
And she says, "If you're heading to Phandelver now, you may not reach town by nightfall."
I was considering that, having just fought a manticore, was it? I'm not as fresh as I'd like to be going into the belly of the beast.
We do only have a short time until all the other bandits come back and realize they've been tricked.
I know. I'd be happy. I'll leave it to
We
you.
can walk part of the way and camp.
Aye.
I mean, I'm sure you could make it into town, but I mean, it would probably be after dark by the time you actually reach town.
Early night, early morning? I mean, I'm happy to go there right now if you are. I'm not as fresh as I could be, should be. And I'm a bit concerned that if there were like 15, 20 of them in the town, could be facing similar numbers there. Want to make sure I've got my good arm to...
You could do early night, early morning.
Yes, early night, early morning. We should get a head start.
Good morning. Catch them while they're still groggy.
Aye. Thorik tries to not meta the fact that he doesn't have many spell slots left to to cast.
We'll go part of the way and we'll camp.
She says, "Well, I mean, I would be happy to let you stay the night if that would be of help to you. I owe you a great deal, and I feel like I haven't really been able to show my thanks properly. And
Is hers closer to the mansion than Phandelver town is?
So this windmill is it's a few miles out of town. It has taken you a good couple of hours to get here. And you're now because it was about lunchtime when you left Phandelver, and we are in the depths of winter. So by the time you are at the windmill, the sun is already quite low in the sky. Nightfall will be creeping in quite soon. So it's going to take you another couple of hours to get back to Phandelver, at which point it should be kind of nightfall, evening time.
Sorry, why are we going back to Phandelver? Is there a reason for us to return? I thought we were headed...
So this is what I mean, geographically...
So just to be clear, the where the hideout is on the edge of Phandelver town proper. Where you are now is a few hours out of Phandelver. So while she is Phandelver's midwife, she doesn't live in Phandelver. She lives a few miles out at this windmill. Whereas the actual where you have been told the hideout is very much within Phandelver proper. So if you were going to tackle the Redbrands, you would be going back to Phandelver town.
Well, I suppose back to town's the most logical thing.
Does the midwife know anyone who could aid us?
She's right there. You can ask her yourself.
Without breaking a sweat, he just turns to her and goes, do you know anyone who could aid us?
Well, it would all depend on what sort of aid you require.
Perhaps if our quest fails and we require assistance, or perhaps those will join us in this fight, if numbers are against us.
You mean allies who could take up arms?
Maybe.
Well, I know of Darren Edemath from he I believe is a former adventurer in his own right, but he is long retired. I'm not sure he has any interest in.
Beware an old man in a procession where young men die.
Well, indeed.
I say we seek out this man and enlist his help.
That name does ring a bell, actually.
Yeah, I swear we've heard his name before.
You have. It is the name of remember the note that you were given by those two that you found on the road that were battling the kobolds and the cultists?
Yes.
His is the name that the note was addressed to that he gave.
Interesting. I say we seek this man out.
Let's do that.
We're with our will.
He lives in an orchard just on the edge of Phandelver town. I think that is where you would most likely find him.
Very well.
Would you like to stay the night, or do you wish to continue on your way? You are welcome, of course.
We could stay the night and find Darren while it's still light out.
This feels like wisdom. I will take first watch.
Well, I have a loft that you guys can stay in at the top of the windmill. It'll shelter you from the elements. Staying outdoors on a hilltop is not wise. It's very cold.
So thank you very much.
Thank you.
So up nice and early, a couple hours into town. Stop by on. That is the one thing I would say. If we're not travelling the rest of the distance tonight to get back to Phandelver, then we're going to be further out, so it won't be as early when we arrive to the Redbrands.
But we'll be going to the orchard, hopefully. We can avoid them for now.
I'm happy. Let's do that. Great.
Okay. So Adabra takes you into her windmill, and you go up several flights of stairs. And she takes you to the very, very top, where you're kind of in the kind of eaves of the windmill, where all of there's you have to kind of duck around to get past all the banisters and things and move about the space. But there's a really clear view out over the landscape. You can actually see Phandelver in the distance through one of the windows, and she provides you with cloths and sacks to sleep in if you so require, and also brings up bowls of this soup, this stew that she's prepared, and kind of supplies that to you for the evening, for your stay. Is there anything you'd like to do or say whilst in the loft?
Did I play a little lullaby to everyone just on the... just to put everyone to bed?
Ah, isn't that nice?
It is nice.
See, Sergei can be wholesome.
That was a plucky thing you did back there. Stupid, but plucky.
Yes, it was genius, really. Thank you, Sergei.
Well, I wouldn't go as far as saying genius, but thank you very much. I've hung around with those sort before. I know how easily deceived they can become at the sniff of a fight.
And Saga, that was no small thing you did, going into the belly of the beast.
Come on, I'm not that fucking unattractive. Will everyone stop saying it?
What? Thorik is genuinely really confused. He's like, what? I was seeing, and looks at Johann and Sergei really confused. Like,
It's fine. It's fine. I just don't make me do that again.
And Thorik in that real kind of like old man having cause of his like, no, what I was saying is what you did was really brave to go into the belly of the beast unarmed. That's not something any of us could have done. And if I'm sure you're a very attractive person.
Drunken idiots with no teeth. I've dealt with those my entire life. That's
of course. I mean, you're not my. I don't really go for anyone above 5 foot. You're a very. I'm sure.
Sorry, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Honestly, it's fine. I stick to humans as well. Thank you.
Lucky us.
On that note, there was a bear that died.
Oh dear, I think I'm gonna die.
It's a bit of a saucy tune for a bedtime lullaby, isn't it?
Sorry. Yeah. Not very good at gathering the mood.
Thorik pushes over the healing potion that him and Saga went in on to Saga and says, probably best you have this because I can. You can jam it down my neck if I.
Yeah, thank you. Just not talk about it again, okay?
Drawing a line under it. Everyone did really well. Nighty night.
Is that a common healing potion? Just so I mark it right.
Yes, it's just a standard potion of healing. Yeah. So, 2d4 plus 2 hit points essentially.
Woo!
Woohoo! Here we go. So you're heading to sleep?
Aye.
Yep.
Okay. What order of watch are you taking, if any? Because you've got 2 hours of your rest to do things if you want to. Is basically the reason I'm asking this for.
I take first watch so I can finish writing my notes.
Okay. And who's after that? And what are you doing on your?
I can take second watch, and I'll just. Do I have a whetstone to sharpen my sword with?
That's a good question.
I do not. I shall just. Why not? I'll have a look at my my costume box, my disguise kit, and just kind of do some mending here and there.
With like needles in his mouth. Oh.
I will have the cantrip mending, so I'm just going to be.
Ah.
Oh, nice.
It up.
Nice. Who's taking next watch?
I'll take
what are you
last. I'll take the very last one.
Okay.
I'll take third then.
Okay, that might be an opportune moment, Thorik, for you to perhaps pray and prepare any spells that you might want for the day.
I think I shall do that. So yeah, I'm just going to concentrate, and he sort of starts like rolling the rings between his fingers and just concentrating, picking the spells of the day.
Nice. And Saga, anything you'd like to do on final watch?
Yes, I'd like to go outside.
Mm-hmm.
And does the manticore have fur or leather?
What's that, sorry?
Does it have fur or leather?
What, the creature?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fur. Yeah,
Okay.
It's like a lion's type body.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna skin it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna, because I would have done that many a times. I'm just gonna skin it. Don't know if I'll keep it, but it's a stress relief. I'm
Sure.
agitated.
Okay.
I'll start
Okay.
skinning it. And
Do you want to
cleaning
give
it.
me a survival check? It's probably going to be a low
Sure.
DC, but
What's my survival? +1. 18.
oh, okay, nice. Yeah, you. All of your stress relief is just you're on complete autopilot. Just
Yeah.
You have done this on larger creatures sometimes, many a time, and it's just almost effortless, like complete. It's like meditation for you, and you don't even really have to think about what you're doing. And the whole
Yes.
this corpse of a creature, just all muscle and flesh on display by the time you're finished.
Yeah, I will keep it though.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. So you all awake the next morning, and
I'll still be outside with the leather.
sure. So Johann, Thorik, and Sergei, you awake to find that Saga is nowhere to be seen, at least within the loft that you're in. Anything you'd like to do?
Arise!
What?
Saga's missing! Saga! Starts like pulling up boxes and sacks and just like searching around. Like, Saga! What have you done with him? Where did she go? Like shakes Sergei because he had the last one. Where did she go?
I don't know.
Midwife has captured her.
Oh, Christ.
Lean out the window. Saga! Oh, there you are.
And you can just see the horror of this meaty creature with no fur, where fur was before. It's just this now furless, fleshy creature, just a pile of meat, essentially. Not dismembered, just skinned on the floor, on the ground outside.
Presumably there's like birds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, brushing this fur out.
Yeah,
He
the
took his
birds of the
clothes
morning.
off.
And then I'll look up and go, morning. Go back to it.
We could eat that.
No. No.
Why not?
Like, if it... Your funeral.
Breakfast. Starts carving off a haunch.
Are
If
you
you-
serious?
And
Wait,
as you
would I-
start
as I-
carving the meat, Adabra Gwynn comes out with a tray and she says, morning, and there's like freshly prepared sausages and bacon and eggs just on a plate. She said, did you sleep well?
I hope you don't mind if I keep this. And she holds up the fur.
Oh, I have no use for it.
Thank you. Now roll it up.
Does Thorik know whether it's genuinely hazardous to one's health to just go munching on monster parts?
Not raw.
No, I know. Raw or otherwise. Like eating...
Give me a nature check.
Nature is 12.
12. I mean, in all fairness, it would probably depend on the creature, but with this particular creature, you probably suspect it's fairly safe. Just don't go anywhere near its tail spikes.
Aye. Thorik goes over and takes the tray of foods. You're very kind. This smells delicious.
It does. It smells delicious. You sure that's not venomous, Johann?
One of the birds is just kind of looking at you, Johann.
Johann looks at the bird, throws it to the bird.
And the bird kind of like catches it in its beak and just starts chowing down.
Can Johann, like, offer an arm to the bird?
You certainly can.
Animal handling.
It's gone so well before.
18 minus 1 is 17.
17. Okay, so the bird flaps its wings at you and kind of hops onto your arm. And
gives him a little stroke.
You notice that there's still some like blood from when you started hacking at the creature, just kind of on your sleeve, and it just kind of starts pecking at your sleeve where the spots of blood are.
Yeah, gets more meat. Just gives him a little bit of meat.
And it seems quite content to stay on your arm for a minute or two, and then kind of flutters off.
Johann's a little sad. Then goes to the breakfast tray.
Johann, do you have an affinity with beasts? I mean, you were trying to tame those wolves in the goblin cave. Are you after a little pet or something?
I like animals.
That's fair enough.
Firstly, there's no magic amongst animals. They cannot help what they are. They are what they are. And
would you not say, Johann, that nature itself is magical?
Semantics. Sausage.
This is a great sausage.
Oh, very good. Keep side-eyeing Saga, who's probably just covered in blood. Right.
Probably the arms of. I'm not wearing my chainmail yet, so the arms of my shirt are probably covered. And I go, I'll get changed before we leave.
Makes no odds to me.
It'll stain.
I think it suits you.
Thank you.
You'll never
So
get
do
that
I.
as a long soak.
I didn't grow. Well, the last 16 years, that's what I had to do. That's what you did. Don't just let good fur go to waste.
Practical.
So you sit and eat your breakfast, a good hearty breakfast that it is, and then presumably you start packing up your things ready to ship out en route back to Phandelver. Is there anything anybody would like to do here before you head out?
No.
Oh, don't think so.
No? Okay. So you pack up your things. Saga, you change into some less bloody clothes. And you
And
make
put my Put my
Of course, wear your
gear
armor,
back
put your
on.
armor on. Yes, and then you head off. You bid Adabra goodbye, and head back in a northerly direction towards the town of Phandelver. And as you're kind of navigating the hills, heading towards Phandelver, you start to see this view of the town on the horizon. And it takes you a couple of hours from Umbridge Hill to get to Phandelver, and day was just breaking as you left. So it's now very early morning. And as you approach the ruins of the old walls of Phandelver, the first version of the town, you can see 4 men with red cloaks standing, not necessarily on guard because they don't seem that well disciplined, but they're certainly keeping watch.
Shall we get
Kill
a
them.
detour towards the orchard?
Where are they? Sorry, they're on watch where?
They're on watch as you're approaching the town. There's the old ruined walls of where the old version of the town previously existed, and they're kind of at the what looks like the ruins of an old gate. They're on guard.
Do we think this is the entrance to their little hidey hole?
Must be something worth guarding.
Aye.
You
I mean, they were guarding a tavern.
You
It's
can
their
tell
tavern.
that from where you are, you're close enough to note that one of them is Tommy.
Okay, we definitely need to take a detour.
If we kill him, he won't tell anyone about you.
Does that mean that they've already come back?
Well, obviously, I don't want to tempt fate, okay?
Already? Like, God, take a day off, blokes. Fucking hell.
Come on. And she sort of puts her hood off. Their cloak.
Thorik does the same.
So we're just 3 hooded people.
Sergei and Johann,
Pull my cap down a bit further.
as you're getting a little bit closer, you can start to overhear some of the conversations with the ruffians, who seem to be having a discussion about not really knowing where half of the men have gone. They're frustrated and confused, and equally, Tommy is determined to find Laura or Sally or whoever the hell she was. And
I've got my war paint back on, and he saw me without war paint, so
and her little halfling friend in particular.
He must be talking about you, points at Sergei.
Don't point.
I slap his hand.
Sergei, just do the thing where you look like someone else, okay?
What thing? He does a thing.
Yes, he does a thing.
No, I do not do a thing. It is not magic.
Can we go
Okay,
directly-
Johann, you're
can we
gonna have
just
to
go-
You do
get
magic
over it.
too?
Yes, he does. Now, no, it's not the time for it, okay?
He never said this to me before. You lied to me.
And you lied to us,
magic-
okay? Everyone's even. Now, Sergei, make yourself look taller and less like you.
Wait, can we just go like right around? Like we're not.
Yes, that's what I was saying earlier, but everyone ignored me.
We should kill them and thin their numbers.
What's going on? What is going on?
I say we kill them.
What? We can't just kill them in the middle of the street. This is a town.
Exactly.
Respect the town.
We'll draw them over here and then kill them.
Go. Feel free to go on your suicide mission, Johann. Me and Thorik, and hopefully Saga, are going to go all the way around. And she starts marching off.
We don't even go within eye line of them. We like just track.
Gonna follow Saga.
We just go.
So you're going around the outskirts of the wall.
Well, as far away from them as possible to like completely just avoid them.
Okay. So obviously you've got a choice here. You can either completely turn around and go back the way you came, or you can try and head around the town.
Around the town. Okay.
Around the town?
Around the town it
Also-
is.
In an
Also-
orchardly direction?
Also, when they were talking about me, did he seem furious? What was the tone of?
The tone was definitely one of, I wouldn't necessarily say anger, but definitely frustration. And
Longing.
Not longing.
No, okay.
No,
Because
not
I'm
longing
like
at
thinking,
all.
like, is he going to try and hunt me down and kill me? Just wanted to know.
Saga needs to prepare.
Yes.
Okay, so you can either go completely back the way you came, or so you want to go around the town,
Yeah.
and see if you can locate this orchard from around town. Okay. So from where you are, you can see. Actually, no. Yeah. So from on the right hand side, you can see in the distance, Colleen Alderleaf's farm, to the east, or you can head in a northwesterly direction, follow the curve around. Any preference?
Curve round.
West or east?
East.
East. Okay. So you follow the wall round to the east and eventually come to the outskirts of Colleen Alderleaf's farm. It's still really early morning, so it's actually very, very quiet around there. You can't see Colleen anywhere, or even her son. But as you approach the farm, it just comes into view. You can just see the hill with the manor on top. And at the base of that hill, because you're outside of town, there's like a forested area on the outside at the bottom of the hill.
This is where the orchard is, right?
No.
No. Oh.
So where you are, you've got Colleen's farm, which is remember the one that Death of the Bear was sung to?
Yes.
Or you have the manor at the top of the hill with the forest area at the bottom.
Do we know whose manor it is?
It looks ruined. The manor itself looks to be in ruins.
Okay.
They're using it as a sort of stronghold.
I say we take the opportune moment to go in now.
Perhaps
Fine.
those in the farm know something about the manor house that will help us.
Well, we already know there's a little side door that you said some beasties guarding.
Yes, with eyes.
Yes, he mentioned eyes.
Aye.
We know where that side door is.
On the side.
Thank you,
Helpful.
Johann.
It's probably not on the top. They must be like... They can't be in amongst us. Do we think they're like underground?
Or perhaps through the forest.
Could be.
Let's go through the forest. We'll be hidden from sight.
So are you going into the forest to try and find this entrance to the hideout?
Yes.
So we're not going to this orchard first to see this...
Oh yeah. Is the orchard near?
Well, it's hard to tell because you've not been to the orchard at this point.
Okay.
Let's ask someone.
And yeah,
I
at this
fear
point,
if,
at this point, you're flying blind almost.
Okay.
if Saga or I go looking for this orchard, we also run the risk of being found. So
Yes.
maybe we look for this entrance thing, and maybe you two go to orchard.
I think we should all stay together.
Fine, the woods it is then.
Let's just go to the woods. We'll talk to Daron afterwards.
Okay, so you bypass the farm and head into the thick woods at the base of the hill of the ruined manor on your search for the tunnel into the Redbrand hideout, which I think is where we should end the episode. and come back for the next one. So, for those who have been watching and got this far, thank you very much. Please don't forget to subscribe and like and leave a review if you're listening on podcast. And otherwise, we shall see you guys next week.